Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £200 worth of 10p's we're hunting through, looking for those tricky to find alphabet 10p's. This is my 2019 book. In all these episodes we are still 6 coins off finishing it. We have got A, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M, N, O, P, R, T, U, V and X. But the 2019s are so hard to find, being so low minted, that we started a third 2018 book, having completed this twice already. We've got A, we've got E, we've got I, we've got M, and we've got V, X and Y. So fingers crossed, maybe we'll find some new ones or some territory coins or other intriguing coins, but let's get into this bag and see what we find. Okay then, whilst the hunt is ongoing, we're going to be going through some of the recent comments left on my video. So if you get a random love and like from me but no reply, it means it's gone into my screenshot database of comments or questions to respond to. So we're going to start with Andy, who says 2nd of January 9 AM. I'm a keen history buff, so I recognise the young Churchill immediately. It is a famous portrait, but I see your point. So this is in regards to the new Churchill £2 coin, and I think the presiding, it's not just my opinion, is that they've used a portrait of a young Churchill which isn't the Churchill that we immediately think about, but obviously like Andy, there are more people with a better grasp of history, I guess, who would still immediately recognise it, but I still think it's a surprise that they went with a younger portrait of Churchill rather than the Churchill we're used to seeing. So like you, I see your point too. Nick Millward says, I've got 30 salmon 50p coins, all in capital letters. Well, I'm very, very jealous of you. I've still yet to find my first one, which is amazing. So many people have been finding them and sending me pictures and leaving comments to say that. So I am very, very jealous, and I'm sure, given enough time, I will find one. Hopefully, if we're not finding it by June, I'm going to get very grumpy, but there we go. Right, the Bothering Badger, I like your name, says, hi CC, would or have you ever done / do a £2 super mega marathon hunt, much like the 50p one? As ever, keep up the awesome videos. Well, thank you very much. I don't recall that I've done a massive £2 coin hunt. So at the end of the last 50p book, and I think the previous one to that, I did a big super hunt, so with plenty of extra coins. The last one was a £2,500 coin hunt rather than a £250 coin hunt, so that took a very long time to get through and edit, but it was great fun doing it, and I premiered it and watched it first with everyone else, which was great fun. There were so many viewers as well. I was very grateful for that. So why haven't I done one for the £2 coin hunts? Well, doing the mega hunt was to try and round off the book. It's we were just stuck on the Kew Gardens 50p, the rarest circulating commemorative 50p, the last one we needed to fill the book. So to try and round it off rather than spend years just looking for this one last coin, we did that massive hunt to see if we could make one appear, and obviously it didn't, so we started the new book. I've just never been in that situation with the £2 coins where we've been absolutely stuck. I think there was one video where we were just stuck on the Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland, and I said, right, we're going to go to the 30 episodes, whatever it was, the nearest 10 episodes, and then we'll round it off and start a new book. But I found the Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland before we rounded it off, which is very, very cool. So I guess, yeah, if I was just stuck on Commonwealth Games Northern Ireland for a long, long time, then I would potentially do a mega hunt for that instead. Right, To Coin a Phrase says, I meant to ask, did you put the question to the Mint regarding the tinny sounding coins when the floor was open at the Change Checker Takeover event, and what was their response? I think we have brought it up in the past, maybe not me but other people. The problem is the tour guides are very knowledgeable. Some of them have worked at the Mint for a long, long time, but they're not coin experts, I guess. I don't want to talk down about the Royal Mint experience guides, because they are very knowledgeable, they know a lot of stuff, but especially when you're talking about really obscure errors and things like that, I think coin collectors probably know a bit more about them. So when you're asking really intricate questions, they can obviously go off and ask someone and let you know if there is an answer. But I think that's I think the tinny sounding 50p's, the ones that sound a bit weird, I think that's a bit more niche than what you would have briefed the Royal Mint experience tour guides. I think a lot of time people misconstrue. They think, oh, you work at the Royal Mint, you must know everything about coins. It's similar to, I work at a coin shop, I must know about all coins. Well, I don't. If you put a tray of hammered coins or early milled coins in front of me, other than maybe being able to pick out a king or queen on them, I don't know an awful lot about them, so it's impossible for them to know everything about everything. So I don't think I don't remember if it was asked, but if it was asked, I think we got a vague answer. Right, Erfan Udin Rafi. I apologise if I butchered the pronunciation of your name. Says, I'm still waiting for the day Christopher actually skips a commemorative and finds it during the date run check. I'm sure it's happened. I think it has happened. I know what I have definitely done is that I pile up the definitives to the side to flick through them at the end, and I have a pile of them has spilled over, and in my attempt to grab them back up and put them in their little pile, I've picked up a commemorative from the table, and it is always a bit like, oh, okay, that's what must have happened there. So yeah, I think it has happened, and it probably will happen going forwards. Right, Jeremy Hards says, how often do you order bags of 50p pieces from your bank? So I order all my coins once a week. I order a week's worth of coins to hunt through. If I miss a week, if I'm busy or I'm ill or unable to go, or they don't have the coins, then I'll just double up the following week. But once a week, because otherwise, yeah, I would be either making too many trips or taking too much cash out at one go. Coin Chaser says, I think King Charles's reign will catapult coin collecting because it's so unusual for most of us to have a new monarch featured. I totally echo that. I think it's the biggest change. Well, it's got to be one of the biggest changes to our coins in recent history. It's not as big as the change from pre-decimal to decimal coins, but it's bigger than, say, a change of the definitives, having a different monarch on our coins. It is quite the change for a lot of us, because since decimalisation we'd only been reigned over by one monarch, the Queen Elizabeth II, that for many of us won't remember seeing other kings or queens in our change. So this is the first time that's happening. That's why there was so much nonsense news about what's going to happen to the coins that feature the Queen, because she'd been on our coins for so long. We were so used to just seeing her on our coins that I think there was a lot of nonsense flying around. But we've obviously transitioned to this new coinage with a new king on it. But yeah, I think I would agree that seeing the king on coins would be kind of cool for many people. I'm sure that if someone saw the king on their coin and they were maybe not a coin collector, they might think, oh, that's kind of cool, there's the king on the coin, I might keep that one. Maybe they'll think, oh, this must be rare and valuable because it's got the king on it. But loads of times I've had friends tell me stories of they found a coin with a cool design on it. They thought, oh, that must be really rare, and they've looked online then and found out, oh, it's not actually rare, but there's this whole hobby and all these different designs you can find, and that's how they started collecting. So if it gets more people looking at their change, gets more people spending cash to get change, if it gets more people collecting coins, joining the hobby, I think that's a great thing. Right, Danny the GFP says, word on the streets is you two are heading to the next WrestleMania in a TLC match. So that, I think that was one of our Unhuntables videos, the ones I do with Grossy, where we hunt through the off denominations, having a bit of a chit chat about what's going on with coins. I don't know what a TLC match is, and I don't think just imagining Grossy and I having a wrestling match. Is it a wrestling match, wrestling game? I don't know. I think there'll be lots of people asking for a refund. Definitely. Right, Vic says, I found a Brexit 50p that made the tinny sound too, but didn't keep it, as I have always thrown the tinny ones back. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think only recently I found a 2020 tinny sounding shield design. So and I found one, I still can't remember what year it was before that, so it's the 2 different years plus all the 2019s. I've got a lot of them now though. I have a pickle jar that's mostly full of tinny sounding 2019 shields, so I don't think they're rare. Even if it is an interesting error, I don't think they're going to be valuable, but I've kept them just because they're kind of cool. At some point I can cash them in and buy something nice with them, I guess. But interesting to hear that you found it on the Brexit one. Right, Paul Hoskins says, still haven't found the new 50p coin, but I did have a salmon sandwich. Yes, so I too still have yet to find my first Atlantic salmon 50p. Again, it was something I was talking to the person who works at my bank with about, and I can't wait to find one, even if they end up being really, really common. Finding that first coin is always quite exciting, but you can keep your salmon sandwich. I don't like salmon all that much. Right, Kyle Cree says, "Hey Christopher, I luckily found my last 50p coin today. Offside rule 50p, so 2 complete albums finished." Well, congratulations, that's amazing. I think being stuck on just the offside rule, the football Olympic 50p, that could be quite demoralising. So well done to you for sticking out and finding it. All you've got to do is keep looking for it. The only way you'll guarantee you won't find it is if you stop looking for it. So big congratulations for completing your book. Right, we've got time for one more comment. We've got Alan Lanny says, "I believe I have found a 1999 rotation error technologies and a 2015 that seems to have an edge inscription error. I'd love you to have a look at and confirm for me. Oh, and I have a Welsh Commonwealth Games as well, all found in change from Morrison's." Ooh, some nice finds. So, if you have errors that you want me to have a look at, the best bet is to contact me on one of the social media channels that I use, or come and join my Discord server. In fact, if you want more than just my opinion, we have a whole section on errors and fakes and tokens. I think that's the channel. Discord's a separate app that you can use and there's a whole bunch of coin collectors on there to chat with. So if you have something you think might be an error and you want some other people's opinion, because I'm not the be all and end all of knowledge within error coins. There's some very, very knowledgeable people over on my Discord server, so even if I'm not able to give an answer, they definitely will. So come and join the Discord server if you haven't already. But that being said, let's get back to the coins. Well, unfortunately, no alphabet 10p's. That is the way though, because they're so rare, so hard to find in circulation. We're lucky to find one in £200, but we've got a lot of territory coins here, which is quite good. Guernsey, 1992. Jersey, I forget what years they are. What have we got? 2010, 2002, 2012, 2010. Oh, there we go. Nice little range of dates then, so kind of interesting to see. But if you have found an alphabet 10p, let me know in the comments what letter you found and where you found it, just to reassure me that they are still out there to be found. I had a very long conversation with my one of the people who works at my bank about how tricky it is to find these and how frustrating that is, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? As usual, there are links in the description to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come and join that. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO Box address if you want to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, company I work for as my day job, so please do check that out too. All it leads me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.